Hello everyone, welcome to Classmate Academy. Today we are going to look at Grand Test 2 Arithmetic Explanation. Look at question number 51. If tan A is equals to 3 by 5, then cos A is equals to. This one is a simple question related to the angles. We construct a triangle, that to a right angle triangle. If I assume it is A or theta, tan theta is 3 by 5. So opposite by adjacent. We know the hypotenuse is 5 square plus 3 square, which is equals to root of 25 plus 9 is 34. Therefore, what is cos A or cos theta? It is simply adjacent by hypotenuse. So here the adjacent is 5, hypotenuse is root 34. Question number 52. In a bank, 6% interest is given on a deposited amount. The bank then invests the money in the stock market and is able to earn 30,000 for every 3 lakh. So here is the key. If you're earning 30,000 for every 3 lakh, the meaning is you're earning 10%. So it is 10%. But the bank is only giving 6%. So you're taking 6% and you're earning 10%, which means you're getting 4% profit. So how much money is the bank earning finally if the total amount deposited in the bank is 60 lakh? So bank gives 6%, but bank gets 10%, which means bank earns 4%. So 4% of 60 lakh. You can simply calculate 60 lakh and 4% of it. Two zeros cancel. So it's going to be 24, then after 4 zeros. So you can simply say it is 2,40,000. If x is an integer such that x plus 1 by x is equals to 65 by 8, then find out the value of x minus 1 by 8, 1 by x. So you can use actually the formula, but instead of formula, if you observe 65 by 8 can be written as 8 plus 1 by 8. So here you got the value of x as 8. Therefore, you can say 8 minus 1 by 8 is asked. So you can say 64 minus 1 by 8, which is 63 by 8. He's saying x is an integer. That is the reason. Otherwise, you can take x is equals to 1 by 8 also. Because 1 by x becomes what? 8. So x is an integer, so you are not supposed to take x as 1 by 8. You only take x as 8. In a triangle, the length of the sides are 6 units and 12 units and x units. So the three sides are 6, 12, and x. How many possible integer values are there for x? We know in a triangle, sum of two sides should always be greater than the third side, and the difference of two sides should always be less than the third side. If I take the third side as x, it should always be less than the sum, which is 6 plus 12, 18. It should always be greater than the difference. The difference between 6 and 12 is 6. So you can accept 7, 8, and so on up to 17. So how many numbers are there from 7 to 17, including both of them? So you can find out there are 11 numbers. Arvind and Chetan started running simultaneously from a same point in the same direction on a circular track of length 210 meters. The length of the track is 210 meters, and Arvind takes 180 seconds to complete one round, and Chetan takes 420 seconds to complete one round. After how much time will they meet for the first time at the starting point? So whenever you meet, you want them to meet on the starting point. We don't care about the length of the track. We always take the LCM of the time periods. So all you need to consider is the LCM of time periods, 180 and 420. So you can simply take the common of 60 because 60 is common in both. So you can say 63 is a 67. Therefore, how many seconds is the LCM? The LCM is 60 into 3 into 7. So 21 into 60 seconds. I want it to convert it into minutes. So 60 seconds means 1 minute. Therefore, it is 21 minutes. So the answer is 21 minutes. So whenever you want them to meet at the starting point, it is always the LCM of time period 1, time period 2. What is T1 and T2? T1 is the time taken for the first fellow to complete one round. T2 is the time taken for the second fellow to complete one round. Find the length of the longest diagonal. The moment you say the longest distance or diagonal, okay, you need to find out the diagonal of the cuboid. And the formula for diagonal of the cuboid is under root of L square plus B square plus H square. So which is under root of 1.2 square plus 1.3 square plus 1.5 square. So 1.2, okay, take the point out. 12 square is 144, 13 square is 169, 15 square is 225. Add up everything, it is 8, 3, 5, 538. You need to find out the root of 538. In a normal square root method, you find out. We know it is 23. 23 is a 529. 9. You keep two zeros here. You add 23. This is how we find out the square root of a number. So 23 is 46. Whatever the number that you put here, you are supposed to put here. So I can't put 2 here. I'll put 1 here. Okay, 461 ones are 461. 462 twos, it will be exceeding 9. Okay, 900, but it is very close to 900. Therefore, you can say the root is 2.32 centimeters. We can clearly say it is 23, which means 2.32. I've taken the point out. Okay, that is the reason you're getting this. Because I'll be getting 1.44, 1.69, 2.25. Okay, so after finding this, you can find out, you can divide it by, okay, that point you can put it here. You're actually getting 23.1, but this point you can put it there. So it becomes 2.32. A circular arc make an angle of 15 degrees at the center. If the radius of the circular arc is 14 centimeter, then what is the perimeter? Correct up to 2 decimal places of the sector formed. This is the sector. Perimeter means radius and radius plus length of arc. So it's going to be 2r plus theta by 360 into 2 pi r. So 2r means the radius is 14, therefore it is 28. 15 out of 360, 2 into 22 by 7, 14. 7 ones are 7 twos, 30 ones are 30 12s. So you can cancel it in 4 table again. 44, no, it is 11. 3s. So 11 by 3 is going to be 3.66. So to this 28, you add 3.66. You're going to get 31.66. You can clearly say the answer is not 21 and the answer is not 17.6. Why? Because it is less than 28. So minimum 2r should be there. And the following bar graph shows the number of students who passed the GATE exam in the given years. What was the percentage increase in the number of students in 2019 over 2018, round up to 2 decimal places? 18 was 140 and 19 was 180. So 140 to 180, what is the percentage increase? You can clearly see there is an increase of 40 over 140 into 100. 0, 0 cancel, 2s are 2 7s. We all know 1 by 7 is 14.28. You double it. If you want 2 by 7, it's going to be 28.57%. So the answer is 28.57%. Two pipes can fill a tank in 12 hours and 18 hours respectively, while the third pipe can empty it in 8 hours. How long will it take to fill an empty tank if all the 3 pipes are open simultaneously? So you take the first, let it be A, B, C of the 3 pipes. Write down the time it takes to fill 12 hours, 18 hours, 8 hours. Take the LCM of 12, 18, and 8. I can say it is 72 is the total work that you have to do, and try to find out 1 hour work. 12 hours it takes to do 72 units, means 12 into how much is 72? 12 6, 18 4, 8 9. The only difference is these two are positive work and this is the negative work. If all of them are open, 6 plus 4 minus 9. So you're only doing 1 unit of work in an hour. So how many hours it will take to complete 72 units? So T is equals to 72 hours. So the answer is 72 hours it will take. If P is a digit such that 6954P is divisible by 11, then P is equals to 11 divisibility rule. You have to check the alternate digits. It is 11 plus P, it is 13. I want 11 plus P should be equal to 13 because the difference becomes 0. Therefore, P is equals to 2. We can simply make P is equals to 2. Sum of digits in the odd places, sum of digits in the even places, the difference can be either 0 or 11 or 22 and so on. That's what we are using. How do we simplify this? So when you have plus, minus, into and division, always follow BODMAS. Here off and brackets is not there. So this is division, then after multiplication, then addition, then subtraction. First priority you give it to division. So that is 4 by 9. 3 by 5 it becomes. 3 ones are 3s. Therefore 4 by 15. You multiply it with 1 by 16, then comes multiplication. 1s are 4s. Therefore 1 by 60 you have. So I can write it as minus 7 by 60. 70 by 60 plus 1 by 60. I'm sorry, this is 1 by 60. So we got minus 23 minus 69 by 60. You cancel it, minus 23 by 20. So the answer is negative 23 by 20. So follow the priority. First division, then multiplication, then addition, then subtraction. Addition and subtraction at a time you can do. When you want to divide it by m minus 2, a function if you want to divide, you put m minus 2 equal to 0, then m is equals to 2 you are supposed to put. So f of 2 is your remainder. So in place of m, you need to put 2. 2 power 5 is 32. 2 power 4, 16. 16 5 is 80. 2 3 is negative 6 plus 7. This is 1, 1 1 2. So 1 1 2 plus 1 is 1 1 3. So the remainder is 1 1 3. Sin theta plus cos theta is equals to root 3 cos theta, then the value of cot theta. Divide everything by sin theta. So you'll get 1. Cot by sin is cot. Again cot. So cot you bring it here. Root 3 minus 1 into cot theta is equals to 1. Therefore, cot theta is equals to 1 by root 3 minus 1. So sometimes what they do is they rationalize the denominator and give the answer. So try to rationalize the denominator. Multiply it by root 3 plus 1, root 3 plus 1. In the numerator, you are going to get root 3 plus 1. In the denominator, 3 minus 1, it's going to be 2. So it is root 3 plus 1 by 2. 42 liters of milk of 25 liters, 25 rupees per liter is mixed with 28 liters of milk at 40 rupees per liter. Find the average price is the concept of mixture. You're mixing them in what ratio? You're mixing them in 3:2 ratio. The rate of the first quantity is 25. Second is 40. You can choose any number between them. If you want to choose 25, you can choose 25. It's going to be 0. Difference is 15 into 2. So this is your assumption. Your assumption is 25. Your deviation is 30 divided by number of observations. Number of observations is 5. So 25 plus 6, it's going to be 31 rupees per liter. It's going to be 31 rupees per liter. Or else you can use the formula N1A1 plus N2A2 divided by N1 plus N2. But n1, n2, you take it as 3 and 2. After simplifying this, don't take without simplification. Here, if you look at the table, it's asking you for C, the low rates of shares are less than the average of low rates of shares of the same company in the stock exchange at. So for C, he's saying, okay, for C, the low rates. These are an arithmetic sequence 175, 180, and 185. These are the low rates for all the three cities. He's saying that the average, if you find out, you will get 180. The low rates of shares are less than the average of low rates of share. So less than 180. Okay. At where? So less than 180 means it is 175. 175 is at Hyderabad. So you can say it is at Hyderabad. He didn't say less than or equal to. If he says less than or equal to, you would have taken Mumbai as well. So then the answer would have become D. But he didn't say less than or equal to. He just said less than. So you follow 175. In a triangle ABC, D is the midpoint of BC. I'm drawing the triangle. Take it as ABC. D is the midpoint. Okay, I'm joining AD also. It's not given, but I'm joining. DL is a perpendicular on AB. So DL is a perpendicular. And then after DM is a perpendicular on BC. In such a way that DL is DM. DM is DL. And this is already midpoint, means these two are equal. So if you properly observe, triangle ALD and AML, these are congruent. If it is theta, this is also theta. And these two are also congruent. If it is X, it is X. On what base I'm saying that are congruent? You can say RHS. RHS means you must be having one right angle, hypotenuse. And then after you can say it is a side. So all these three for triangle 1 and triangle 2. And you can also say for triangle 3 and triangle 4. These are congruent. Triangle 1 and 2 are congruent. This is the symbol of congruency. Triangle 3 is congruent to triangle 4. So what happens if they are congruent? Only one thing that you can establish is, okay, simply this length will be equal. This length will be equal. For example, if I say it is A, this is also A. If it is B, this is also B. Therefore, you can say AB is equals to AC. If AB is equals to AC, you can say it's an isosceles triangle. What is it? It is an isosceles triangle. By looking at X and X also, you can say that it is an isosceles triangle because two angles are equal. There are Y yellow marbles and B blue marbles in a box. 18% of the yellow marbles are added to 24% of the blue marbles. Then the total is 30. 18% of yellow marble, 24% of the blue marble is 30. So you can simplify 6 threes, 6 fours, 6 fives. Therefore, you can say 3Y plus 4B is equals to 500. This is 1. 3 times the number of yellow marbles exceeds means minus, you can say. 3 times the yellow marble exceeds 2 times the blue marble by 200. So you can minus, plus, minus, cancel it. 6B is equals to 300. Therefore, blue marbles are 50. Substitute blue marbles 50 here. 3Y, 200 goes that side. It is 300. So yellow marbles are 100. So what is he asking? What is the ratio of Y square to B square? So if you look at Y is to B, 100 is to 50, which is 2 is to 1. But Y square to B square means it is 4 is to 1. First find out Y is to B, then after square it. A function of two variables varies directly with X and inversely with Y. So see, how do I write the function? That the function is equals to directly varies with X, inversely varies with Y. So I'll write like this, AX plus B by Y. X should be in the numerator, Y should be in the denominator, and A and B should be the constant. Determine the value of the function if X equal to 5 and Y equal to 3. So you need to find out the function value. Given that for x equal to 0, y equal to 1, function value is 15. Function value 15 when x is equals to 0, y is equals to 1, which means b is equals to 15. For x equal to 1, y equal to 15, function value is 2. So function value is 2 when x is equals to 1. B is anyway 15, we know now. Y is 15. Therefore, 2 is equals to a plus 1, which means a is equals to 1. So we got the function. Function is x plus 15 by y. He's asking you when x equal to 5 and y is equals to 3. Put it. Therefore, function value is 5 plus 5, which is 10. So function value is 10. Ajay spent 66 2 by 3, which means 2/3 of his income. If expenditure is 2/3, then saving is 1/3, which means your expenditure and savings are in 2:1 ratio. If his income increases by 25%, expenditure increases by 20%. See here, expenditure, saving. Expenditure is 2 parts, saving is 1 part. Expenditure increases by 20, saving we don't know, but overall income is increases by 25%. So do N1 A1, 2 into 20, 40, 1 into x divided by 3 is equals to 25. Therefore, 40 plus x is equals to 75, x is equals to 35%. Here also we are following N1A1 plus N2A2 by N1 plus N2. You use N1A1 plus N2A2 when expenditure A plus B is equals to C. Whenever this formula comes, you use this. When A plus B, addition of two things will be third one. Okay, this is the overall increase or decrease will happen in income. The table below shows the sale of motorbikes for 4 manufacturers from 2016 to 2020. Okay, so he's asking you find the ratio of total number of sales of motorbikes of manufacturer Q to manufacturer S. If I assume all of them are 300, 300 into 5, there are because 1500, 5 blanks are there, no? It's minus 20, minus 10, minus 20, minus 10, plus 10, plus 10, plus 30. So 30 and 30 cancel. It is 1520. This is Q. And look at S. If I assume all of them are 400. 400 means it is 2000. 400 5s I have taken. Additionally, you have 20. Additionally, you have 30 and 40 plus 50. So if it was some 140. So 1520 is one thing. 2140 is another thing. 00 cancel. Then you can cancel simply in two table. 276 are 2107. Answer is 76 into 76 is to 107. Cosecant x, use the angle as x, hypotenuse by opposite. So adjacent becomes 3. Now sine is 4 by 5. Sine square is 416 by 25. Cot is 3 by 4. So 9 by 16. Tan is 4 by 3. Therefore 16 by 9. Cos is 3 by 5. This is minus 9 by 25. So I'm going to get 16 by 5 plus 9 by 2. Here anyway it is 3. 48 minus 45 is 3. Take the LCM. It is 10. 32 plus 45. So 77 in the numerator. In the denominator, this goes up and it becomes 1 by 3. So 10 into 3 becomes 30. That's a simple calculation only. Okay, in the numerator, you're getting 77 by 10. In the denominator, you're getting 3 by 1. So if it goes up, it becomes 77 by 10 into 1 by 3, which is equals to 77. Following table shows the expenditure of the factory per annum on the different heads over the given years. What was the average expenditure on transport? You need to look at transport. So this particular one. So it is 38, 45, 57, 63. So assumption is 50 minus 12 minus 5, 7, 13. Cancel, it's 1. So 8 minus 5 is 3. So it is 50 plus 3 extra divided by 4. 4 observations are there. Therefore, it is 50.75. All you need to find out average that related to the transport in those periods. The marked price of a TV set is 18,500 and the dealer shows two successive discounts. You give 20% discount, 10% is 1850. Therefore, 20% is going to be 3,700. So you subtract the 3,700. It's going to be 14,800. Again, you give 5% discount. 10% is 1480, 5% is 740. So you subtract simply 740 from it. Therefore, it's going to be 14,060 rupees. So simply, you decrease it by 20% first, then you decrease it by 5%. You can do it in terms of fractions also. 1850, 20% decrease, you can write as 4 by 5. 5% decrease, you can write as 19 by 20. So 2 zeros is going to be cancelled. So you can find out. The triangle has a perimeter of 52 units. Then all its sides have a length. Perimeter means A plus B plus C should be is equals to 52. But sum of two sides should always be greater than the third side. Okay. So A plus B should always be greater than A. So A plus A should be greater than 2A. So 52 should be, okay, 2. So A should always be less than 52 by 2, which is going to be 26. So one side should always be less than 26. You cannot have any side which is more than 26 because it's going to be 2A, greater than 2A. That's going to be 52. So if you want to adjust this 52, okay, that should be greater than 2A means 2A should be less than 52. Therefore, if 2A is less than 52, then A should be less than 26. Because this 52, if you distribute, even if you distribute it like 26 is the bigger side, okay, A plus B, it should be minimum greater than 26. So 26 plus greater than 26 will be greater than 52. Okay. So that is the reason minimum all the sides, it cannot be 26. It should always be less than 26. You can't take 26. How many years 7,200 amounts to 8928 at a simple interest at a rate of 8%. So calculate the interest, that is 1728. So formula you apply, interest is equals to principal into PTR by 100. So 1728, principal is 7,200. Time we need to find out 8% by 100. Two zeros cancel. So 1728 is 12 cube. It is 2 cube. Therefore, you're going to get 6 cube here. 6 cube means 216. So T is equals to 216 by 72 is going to be 3/8. So you can apply your calculation in your own way. Okay, even if you want to find out 8928 is what percent of 7,200, you're going to get it is 124%. So you're going to get 24% for 3 years. So 1 year it's going to be 8%. Sorry, 24%, 8% is given for 1 year. So 24% is 3 years. Like that also you can find out. Thank you, everyone.